Everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 1239. Sorry about the late start. We're getting all discombobulated over here with all the technology. Zoom changed again, and I'm trying to figure it all out. Anyways, I sound like I'm 70 years old trying to figure out Zoom for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I just realized I went backwards in time.
Anyways, my name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz. The one going backwards in time is Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know so that way you too can get a pass notice. And today was a long day. It was a heavy day. Brandy literally just finished up doing the SIE Bootcamp thanks to all the people who went and they were on. I know Olympia was on there. Um,
Leda was on there. Albert,
yeah,
Tori.
yeah.
Yeah.
All the we got some people on there. We actually had pretty good turnout. So thank you for all the people being on. And so yeah, as you can imagine, Brandy's kind of like, doesn't want to go over how an option is again. Not tonight. So we're gonna do something a little different tonight, but that's okay. So what we want to do is want to say we are heading into the weekend. We are getting into the summer. We are getting into the halfway mark. We are knocking on its door of the halfway mark of the year. And where are we at? I know the world's gone crazy. But that doesn't mean that your world has to go crazy. You can control things in your life, right? We can control our attitude, we control our effort, we can control the things that we focus on. And hey, look, everything can be going bananas, but you can focus on you and focus on getting to that next level. And one of those things is that the hardest thing about it when we faced it when we were going through the COVID era, when we started this whole thing, is that people's commitment level. You know, we get pulled. We got other things going on. We have things like work going on. We got people in the background telling us what we need to do. Um, but the main thing is that what I've seen and what Brandy has I've seen is the people who stay with it, who stick with it, who really just tough it out, or to like figure out a plan and stick to that plan and be honest with themselves, or even find somebody who is accountable to, and they just knock this thing out and stop dragging it out. They have the best results. They really do. They have the best results because this adversity is only for one reason only, and this is to make you stronger. It's going to make you way stronger as a student. It's going to make you way stronger as a person. It's going to make you way stronger as a business person in every way because it's not just about studying, it's about the way you do everything. It's your commitment level to everything. It's the way you feel about the things that you focus in on, the where you put your energy into. Um, I know there's a lot of people that put a lot of energy into a lot of things, and I don't want to say they don't matter because they matter to us in some way or another. But the priority list is what we need to go over. You know what I mean? Like how high priority different things are and not. Get what I'm saying? And that is the real struggle. So, what Brandy and I have done and what we've been working on in the background, and one of the reasons why we switched to our whole schedule to the Kona nights and the way we've redone our whole system and the way that we still have our 21-day plans to get through stuff. We still have live sessions, but we flipped the script. We went from morning and days to nights because we were told that, and just listening to everybody that used our program, hey, the mornings and days are not there anymore because I have to go work. I have to get another job while I have my other business, and or I have two jobs or I have three jobs. So it's easier for me to be on in the evening. So we switched it up. So we do have in our live content, we still have, the test taking techniques. We still have the test labs. Brandy still goes over mindset. Brandy still goes over the SIE and Series 6 topics that are hot, that are, always tested on the 63, 65. Brandy's doing small group tutoring. She's doing one-on-one tutoring. So we have all these different things that we have available. But we did something else that's a little bit better, especially in this time when everybody's wallet's a little tight. We made our SIE study guide, where if you buy it and it's in electronic form, all the videos are there, all the content. You just got to join our free membership on the Patreon. Literally, you just got to sign up for free, the free version, and boom, you have access to the content videos that are already on in the book if you leave it in an ebook form. So it doesn't allow you to really to swap with people. If so, somebody has to buy the book if they're going to go ahead and use the ebook. So but you can get all those videos, those content videos are available to you when you use it. So we just came out with a brand new SIE book. We have volume 3 right there. Brandy's got it. I did put some things on the screen there. But one of the main things you should pay attention to, and Brandy should circle it, new SIE book 26. If you use that discount code, you get 15% off this month of April. So we do have some important updates in this version. We've always done it to where we don't ever update any of our material until it needs to be updated because we don't want it to affect you when you go to the exam. So if there's significant updates to the exam, we update the material. There has been some updates to the exam, so we did update the material. So this SIE study guide, someone asked me, they're like, so if I got the one in 2024, does the 2026, do I have to get the 2026 one? Yes, because there is significant changes to where you do need to have the updated version because there's going to be stuff on the exam that is not in the other version, or they change stuff. There's laws that changed, right? We're in a new world, new era, new laws, new regulations. It doesn't happen all the time, and a lot of times they don't make changes to the exam because it's a long process to change the exam, to be honest. So, but there is now we know that there is going to be some exam questions that are changed, and you need to have the right information. So, people who are in the boot camp, the SIE boot camp, they already got that included in the boot camp, so you guys already got that book. And yes, you can print this out. So I've been talking about the ebook version, but you can print it out. Just that the videos don't play, right? So yeah, so one of the things I wanted to tell you guys, like, yeah, we still have our membership, we still have the 21-day plans, we still have the best way to get through this stuff is going through that. We still have all the techniques, we still have the ways to, like, how did you put it, like how to see the exam.
How to apply like content's anywhere and everywhere. Of course, our content is the best, but how to apply that content, how to simplify that content to help you pass multiple choice exams. That's exactly what we're here for.
Because this is what you're going to find out. You can know all the content, you could rewrite a whole entire book yourself and know every single thing. You will find people that have done that and they still haven't passed the exam. How is that even possible? How is it possible? Because there's a disconnect between the way it's asked you in the exam and what your knowledge of the information is. You don't know how to apply it. You don't know how to get
Go ahead.
the right answer.
So I said something today and it actually makes sense. So I was telling the fine folks in the boot camp today, I was like, normally I tell people don't rewrite word for word the study material, right? Because it's their version of the rules and whatever. And I said, except for my content, because my content is so simplified and so universal, no matter who's asking questions, including the exam, that that's how simplified we made the content, that it's universal.
Yeah, and not simplified like you're dumb, like simplified so you can understand how to get to the right answer.
Yeah,
Does that make sense? It's because sometimes people think simplified means like I need it in like I'm in second grade
yeah,
or I have some sort of disability. No, we don't need that. We need to know exactly how to identify what these questions are exactly asking so we can make the connection between the content and the question
exactly.
so we can get a right answer. Because if you don't make that connection, it's lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It gets jumbled up, it gets jarbled. So when you get into our membership and you get into that stuff, guys, one of the main things that I tell people all the time, like content, especially if you've had different attempts, get into the test labs. Get into our test lab videos. Get into the test labs where Brandy breaks down the questions. Start getting into and taking advantage of, if you're paying for it, the small group tutoring. Start taking advantage of the accessibility you have with the membership on just asking Brandy questions. And yes, we do want you to have our membership if you were going to coach you and tutor you because, guys, we wrote our own material for a reason because the other stuff sucks. It sucks. Why am I going to teach you something I already know sucks and it's obsolete and it doesn't connect with you?
Much.
I want you to connect with it. I want you to have an understanding of it. That's where it's at. So, look, prices of everything has gone up like crazy. Taking someone out to go to McDonald's literally for on a date, right? Let's say you were doing like it used to be the cheap date, McDonald's, right? Go get your girlfriend a Happy Meal. This is high school, right? Um, they always order a Happy Meal. Let's be honest, girls always do because they don't want to look like they eat a lot. But get them a Happy Meal. What are you walking out with? Like a $10 date, right?
And she gets a toy.
Right. Yeah. So You're like, this is high school, right? $10 back in our day, $5, right? $5 date. You'll have water and a burger. Um, Look, that ain't happening anymore. You go over there, it's like $50. All of a sudden, McDonald's is gourmet. What the hell, right? And everything's cost a lot. But we will not even bat an eye to go spend $50 at Starbucks, McDonald's, Burger King, or name any restaurant, any place. Uh, I see people buying Dubai chocolate bars for $20 a pop.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
Like, this is all ridiculousness. What we're telling you to do is go spend your money literally investing in yourself to get yourself a license where something that actually pays you, something that you can actually pay. And also, this stuff is a write off on your taxes. So don't ever look at like this kind of thing where you invest as like a waste of money or, oh, I don't know if I have that. Dude, you can't not have these licenses. It's going to put or potentially help you put another ATM into your business.
Exactly. So you can't not get these licenses. I'm sorry, but he said that perfect. That was good. Anyways,
We went on a walk and I think I swallowed a gnat. And it's just really messing with me. Anyways, too much information, I'm sure. Books for so the SIE book right now, $30. You get the content videos, but how does it look? How does it work? We're gonna do this right now.
oh,
But we got a little thing. Monday is the next time we see you guys. We don't have anything on Friday.
no.
Monday, we will be back for the member sessions, that mastery mindset test lab combination session there, 6 o'clock Pacific time. Check your local listing there for your time. So if you are somebody that I know in the middle of Texas, 8 o'clock is that time. And you get into that session. It helps you break down those questions that we were just talking about in depth, right? Even more than what we're doing in the boot camp, because the boot camp you get a nice run through. You get a really nice, good ability to see how we're connecting this stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
You even more so in the test labs and all that. And then the SIE 6, Brandy is going over topics that are really heavily tested in those in that hot topics. So Monday we have that next session. All right, we already talked about the new edition. Hey, by the way, if you have any questions, 951-290-3077. That's our phone number. Give me a call, give me a text, shoot me a message if you need any help. KonaButterflyz@gmail.com is our email. You can find me on Instagram, scan the QR code. That is our link tree. You get everything Kona over there. So let's talk about this book real quick. And we're going to call this a good night of just going over what you can get from getting our book.
I'm going.
So Brandy's switching up these screens.
I'm going. Sorry. I was trying to do something fancy and it wasn't working. Let's do it the old school way.
Sure. Did it?
Here. That's us.
That is us, Brandy.
Okay. So basically, we start off with how to use this guide, right? And I've always said, like, to call it a study guide is such a weak name for what this truly is, because it really is everything that you could possibly see on the exam, written in a very simplified form, which you guys are going to see, right? We talk about our, test taking techniques. We talk about the guide, and we talk about the extra video support, right? We got some breakdowns of the exam. I give you guys some amazing real life, not social media, real life study tips. Using the success framework, if you will, right? Schedule your exam, schedule in your studying time, being consistent, using small chunks of time if that's all you have, working your positive mental attitude, our OMs, which guys, that's our test taking techniques, right? Our why wrongs, which is what we dive deep. Those two things right there, those last two things is what we dive deep in that program that Andy was talking about, where we talk about that in our membership, like legit daily, right? And then, of course, we have a table of contents, all blah, 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 blah. But this is how this book is laid out. Very to the point. Very, very, very simplified. Let me get to a cool page. I don't know. I'm very happy with my graphics, so I want to show you my really cool page. Hold on. I'm getting there. Nope, not right there. Hold on. One more. Well, I scrolled up, so then I ruined my page. Okay. So because I like my little money supply, right? Okay, so when Andy says that we created this stuff, y'all, I take the outline, I take I go to the FINRA's website and their rules and the SEC's rules. I go to like all of these different like legitimate like rule websites and I pull that information and you guys get that right here. And then I try to make it relatable. I try to associate stuff that you guys are going to, use as, human connections, right? And then we have these cool little Kona connection boxes. These little boxes are not to be ignored, okay? So not only are you seeing everything in a bullet form, but then we have these Kona connection boxes, if you will. These are shortcuts. These are very locked in connections. Sometimes you guys will see examples in here. These are not to be ignored. There's a lot of good stuff in these purple boxes, which weren't in the first version, it's down the third version. And this is what Andy's talking about. You guys see that little play button right here? You guys go through this. Maybe you guys want to watch the video as you have the study guide open. All you guys need to do is just click on this right here and it pops up this little handy dandy little link.
The redirect to your browser so you can watch it. So, I mean, a lot of times we read stuff and then we're like, but I don't understand it. There you go. There's the little video. A lot of times these videos are 18 to 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And then that's all you need to know. It's the must know.
It's exactly. It's
And,
the
but the thing we run against is when you guys do your Q banks, and sometimes people see in different Q banks, they go, well, I see in my other Q bank that it goes into further in depth or whatever. And guys, that's where the problem lies because then people go, well, I think I need to know more of that stuff, don't I? No, you don't.
no.
I'm telling you guys, everything you need to know is in these books, in this book right here. The videos, they'll help you get through that content. It's way easy. And then once you start going into your the Kona way of doing the exams or the questions, you'll start to like really start to go back and read this stuff. It'll help you sharpen those areas that you're really dull at or where you're really missing the connection with those concepts. And this is the surface knowledge concept that you need to know to get the exam right because the exams are concepts.
Yeah, and like we were talking in the chat. I mean, not in the chat, sorry. I was looking at the chat. We were talking in the boot camp today, and one of my biggest things, and you guys, if you're members or when you guys become members, one of our things is you don't have to understand the concepts to lock in. You don't have to understand the concepts to pass a multiple choice exam. Because what it really comes down to, it just comes down to being able to make a match, being able to connect the question to the answer, or as we like to say, as you guys have been on the Studying Brews plenty of times before, the answers first to the question, right? And the best way to do that is by this very easy to understand study guide. The problem that I have found, I'm trying to get to options over here. The problem that I found, and the hardest thing about, let's just say the transition, let's say it that way, the transition to traditional learning to us here at Kona is that feeling of that possible feeling of like, I'm not learning enough because where's your paragraphs? Where's the deep explanation? Where's the background? Where's all of this other stuff, right? When all you have to think about is that these are multiple choice questions. The answers are right there on the screen. You just got to be able to pick the right one. When you guys get your licenses and you guys become actively registered, I've been in this business long enough now to know that it doesn't matter what firm that you're with or what firm you represent, they are going to teach you what products are available at that specific firm. They're going to teach you how they want you to present those products to potential clients. They're going to teach you about their compliance. They're going to teach you everything you need to know. They're going to teach you once you become securities licensed so you can get in the field and meet with clients. So when we take that stance and we realize that I don't have to understand options to know that a long call associates with buy the right to buy stock and associates with bullish. I don't need to understand why that is. I just got to lock in the words. And that's how we present our content.
For all those who I just started a live stream on YouTube. We are going over our brand new book. We are going over the awesomeness that it is, where you get content videos included. When you buy the book, you can watch it as many times as you want. Just got to be a free member on our Patreon. That's it. And then you can get that free content videos included with this book for $30. Um, there you go. And then if you guys want to learn our patented test taking techniques that help you get the pass notice, you can watch the Studying Brew. It's available on YouTube. Please subscribe and share. Also, you can get all of that info in our membership where Brandy goes over test labs, where we go in depth on, she breaks it down how to get those questions right without even knowing content.
Yeah.
So not only were we showing you like the surface knowledge that you need to know, but also how to get answers right without getting any kind of content. Because guys, it's all about just getting a pass notice and then having a system in place to pass these exams. If you guys are feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling overloaded, are you feeling like you don't have enough time to really get through this stuff? Are you on a program where you're going through 20 units, 20 chapters? Are you feeling like this is going to take you 6 months to a year to get because of all the stuff that it has? That's because you're on a program where it goes way too far. It's way too far in depth. You need to just focus in on what you need to focus in on that's in our book, and then also get onto our plan. If you have it, get into the plan, get into a 21-day plan, and just really just knock this thing out. We've had people pass exams with just 2 hours a day of consistent study every day, just being consistently with it and really just embracing the system that it is, where you don't need to know everything and you just look at the questions the way we're trying to get you to look at these questions and apply the strategies, apply the techniques, and then that's how it's done.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's it. That's all we have for tonight. I know it's like short. We were like fumbling around with the video and all this other stuff, but Brandy literally was on screen all day today for 6 hours doing our SIE Bootcamp. We will be having the Series 65 Bootcamp coming up. So if you know anybody or anybody wants to get the Series 65, just like the SIE, the 65, you don't even need to be sponsored by a firm to get the Series 65. Did you guys know that? You have to pay out of pocket, but you don't have to be sponsored by a firm to go get the Series 65. So anybody can get the Series 65, which is your investment advising rep license.
Yes.
So we are going to do another boot camp for that coming up soon. We're going to have all the information out. Based on popular demand of people wanting to do it in person, based on people who want to do it more on virtual, that's the way that boot camp's going to go. We will have books on that one as well. But this SIE boot camp, we're going to do it again tomorrow for all the people that are paying for it. SIE boot camp tomorrow morning, same bat time, same bat channel. As to all of you, thank you for being here. Go get yourself the brand new KonaButterflyz book. Go buy it, guys. I'm telling you, stop wasting your time with stupid books that are like 800 pages long, full of information you don't need to know, full of stuff that overwhelms you, full of stuff that's anxiety ridden, full of stuff that just isn't going to help you get that pass notice except for stressing you the heck out. It's just a lot. And we ain't got a lot of time right now. We need to figure out how to simplify things and just get things done so that way we can help ourselves, not only our families economically, but ourselves economically, and get out there and just help as many people as we can, right? Including ourselves. So, nothing wrong with saying that. Anyways, thank you all for being here. We'll see you tomorrow on the boot camp. Everybody else, we'll see you on Monday or Tuesday for the Studying Brew. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep the positive mental attitude. PM. Everybody have a great night.
Thank you all so much for being on. We so super appreciate you guys. Practice techniques along with this very direct content in your quizzes. We will see you guys next time. Have a great one.